I got a request to talk about CPT codes. So here's a little quick breakdown of CPT codes. These are the codes that you use to bill to insurance, and they all kind of correspond with a different type of session or length of time, right? A big reminder for insurance is you get paid for the length of face-to-face time that you have with the client. So for example, even if you book for an hour and say your client runs 15 minutes late, and you're not running over session because you have somebody at the hour after, right? You would only have 45 minutes max with that client. So you wouldn't be able to bill a 90837, which is anything for 53 minutes or above. You would most likely be billing for a 90834, which is 37 to 52 minutes. The thing to also note is if you use a platform for billing like Headway or Alma, it'll show you when you go into bill, which is really nice. Now I just kind of know, but especially if you're new, it'll show you like common codes. Use 90837 for 53 minutes or more. So the main ones are 90837, that's 53 minutes or more, 90834, which is the 37 to 52 minutes. This is for most 45-minute sessions. And then there's 90832, which is 17 minutes to 37 minutes, right? And so just a reminder is if you have a client who shows up for 10 minutes and then it's like, oh my gosh, emergency, I've got to go, you can't bill for that, right? Because they didn't stay at least 17 minutes. And that is why you should have policies in place with your clients regarding how no-shows, late cancels, leaving early will be handled. So commonly used codes 90837, 90834, and 90832. An initial or an intake session can only be billed once a year for most insurances. And that is like the intake session, that's 90791. And then there are a couple other ones. 90847 is family or couples counseling. I'll do a whole other video on family couples counseling and using insurance because that is a hot topic that's usually talked about in a lot of the Facebook groups. And then there's 90846, which is when you have a family session without the client present. This looks like if you have family sessions but only mom shows up and the kid doesn't show up, or you're having a couple session, your identified patient is the husband and you meet with the wife for a one-on-one session to talk about the husband and then switch. So you can bill for those too. There are a ton of other ones like crisis codes and things like that, but the ones I just listed above, I'll put them here, are the ones I most commonly use.